Hey there, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here, and today I wanted to tell you a little bit about this Bodega drawer fridge. This thing's cool, and as you can tell, it's not a typical overlanding fridge, so they were nice enough to send this to me, so thanks to Bodega for that. And I was kind of excited to check it out because someday, in my mind, I have a plan to build an overlanding like teardrop or do-it-yourself trailer or something like that. And I feel like this might be a good option for those of you that are like building something in, don't need a ton of space, and just need to build something into something like a drawer system in the back of your vehicle or a trailer or something like that. So again, I wanted to show you the features of this thing, talk a little bit about this Bodega fridge and what it is and where it might make sense. So if you want to learn more about the Bodega drawer fridge, stay tuned.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, I got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, guys, so as you can see, this is the Bodega drawer fridge. Now again, this is a weird fridge, right? Compared to a lot of the fridges that you've seen me talk about on my channel, a lot of the fridges that I've run, this is clearly meant to be something like a built-in in like an RV or something like that. Again, I would kind of say if you have the room, let's say behind your seat, and I will put the dimensions up here for how long this thing is, how tall this part is, and then I will also give you dimensions across, and then I'll show you the inside here in just a second. But so now that you kind of have the dimensions and you've seen this thing, and its form factor, again, you can kind of see that this would be great to just build in to something like a drawer system. So picture, you know, the back of my truck here. If you had, if you wanted to build like a drawer system, and so mine is, again, a 2-drawer system, which I have out of the truck right now, but they're about 20-ish inches across, so right about as wide as this fridge. Obviously, it's a big box, so it has a top on it, but I could build a top that's just hollow underneath that you could set this fridge in, and then put some sort of like a closing door or a hinged door or something like that so you could access it, but just to try and keep as much of the dust and weather and stuff like that off of it. But it could be something as simple as that, and then a drawer next to it, and then you've got a built-in fridge that you could just power. You know, my house battery is basically back there in that Plano crate right now. You could just power it from a secondary battery or whatever you want to, a power bank, whatever you want to power it off of, you could power it. It takes typical 12-volt power, or you can plug it in with an AC cord. It comes with both of those, so that's nice. But again, if you were building like a trailer, like I'm picturing like a DIY teardrop or something like that, where you're gonna have a galley and you need like a fridge that's more of sort of a built-in or is gonna be up higher. The cool thing is this is just like a drawer. So you basically just do that, you pull your food out. You've got a couple of dividers in here too that you can put, you know, in these slots so you can create space. Right now I've got a couple of sandwiches, these delicious grilled chicken Nashville hot style sliders, which I'm excited about. And then I've got some beers in here that I've got cooling down that I picked up warm at the grocery store. So that's why I have it turned way down right now. I turned it down just because I want it to kind of flash freeze these things, right? And so anyways, so I've got that turned down. I'm letting it get my drinks cold. Again, really nice. I didn't have to bring any ice. I didn't have to mess with that. I picked up warm beer. I picked up a sandwich and I just threw it in here and then I set it to cold basically and I just let it go. When it gets down to temp, then I'll bump it back up to about 30 or 32. But I just wanted to get it cold as fast as possible. Now, like most of these fridges, it does have sort of a max and an eco mode. I believe that the green light is eco and then the white light is max. When it is in max mode though, it will initially, it turned on this little AC light, this little freezer light here to show that it was like fast cooling. And I mean, it got down to 4 degrees in probably 20 minutes from about 40 degrees that it was at when I started it and turned it on. So again, just a really cool form factor. But again, when you open it up, I mean, I've got 6 beers in here, right? And there's plenty of room for those. And then there's all this space behind it. And then there's these sandwiches. So this is about how much room you have. So I mean, I would say you could probably get about 18 to 24 beers in here, somewhere in that ballpark, or 18 to 24 cans of drinks. So it does have a pretty good amount of space, even though it is a smaller drawer style system. Another really nice feature of this fridge is that it's app controlled. So Bodega has a nice dedicated app that you can sync via Bluetooth to this thing. So like, again, if you were driving to a place and you had your fridge set to fridge, but you were going to pick up something really cold. If you needed to turn it down to like freezer settings, then you could do that from, the comfort of the front seat. Your passenger could hop into the app, they could control it, they could see what it's at, they could switch it from max to eco. And, there's a lot of different controls that you can use for this thing, and it's just a nice extra feature that if I'm up in the tent and I want to, turn down my fridge, or, if I want to check on it and see what temp it's at, if I want to confirm that it's running from inside my house, as long as you're pretty close to it, then you can actually connect wirelessly to the fridge, which is awesome. So again, those are the features, those are the dimensions, those are some of my ideas on how I think I could use this thing, but I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think you would do with this? Would you build this into the back of an SUV? Could you make it into, I've seen a lot of folks with Xteras. I'm a Nissan guy, and even like 80 series Land Cruisers and things like that with tons of room behind the back seat, and they build in like whole things made out of like 80/20 and build like a custom drawer system. You could do something like that, but integrate this fridge into that setup and then have a dedicated full-time fridge in your rig that, overall is really flat. It's stackable. You could put things on top of it. You could attach it to your rack or whatever you build, and then just sort of have it housed in your vehicle all the time. And using the app, you could turn it on and off whenever you're, getting ready to go on a trip. You could turn it on, let it start to pre-chill a little bit, and this thing would be an awesome addition to a camper or anything like that as well. So again, post up in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on what you would use this fridge for. But overall, seems like a really nice, interesting, unique entry into the portable overlanding camping fridge space. All right, guys, so as you saw, that was the Bodega drawer fridge. As you saw, it actually holds quite a bit of stuff. So again, as long as you're not, taking a family of 8 or something like that, if you just needed something to put some drinks into and maybe a small amount of food, this would be a great way to do it in sort of a built-in way. Again, with my truck, I have a dual drawer setup that I put back here in the back, and I actually kind of wish that I'd known about this thing back when I did that, because I could have made one side into my fridge side, and then I could have made the other side into a drawer, which, again, just a cool way to build stuff into a drawer system. So anyways, just wanted to share this with you. Of course, I will put a link in the description down below, so if you're looking for something like this, you can find it down there. And if you have any questions or anything, post up in the comments down below, and I'm happy to answer whatever I can. Also in the description below will be links to all my social channels, so wherever you want to hang out, wherever you want more all things overlanding, I am there. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, wherever you want to hang out, come and find me. I'd love to chat with you there. There's also a link to my website where I've got funny overlanding camping themed patches and stickers, things like don't burn your wiener and it's a hot dog, or I hate people so I camp, that kind of thing. Funny patches, stickers, super high quality stuff for a pretty reasonable price, I think. So if you're interested in that stuff, check that out. Also below this video is a newer thing that I'm trying called the join button. That is just sort of a passive way on YouTube where you can support a channel if you want to, so no pressure whatsoever. But of course, if you're enjoying the content and you just want to sort of find a way to support it, it'll get you early access to some of the videos and also some other perks. So if you're interested in that, click that join button down below to join. Then last but not least, there are also links to my Patreon page where we've got a 24/7 Discord. We all kind of chat about our gear and our rigs, and it's a ton of fun. And then there's the Newbie Overlanders Facebook page. Totally free to join. Tons of awesome members. If you're kind of tired of getting beat up in the bigger groups, or if you're newer to overlanding and you want to ask questions without getting bullied, that's a great place to start. So again, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.